The stationary air sampler measures chemicals in the air. By knowing what is in the air, we can better understand the potential human health effects. The air sampler can detect semi-volatile or volatile organic compounds. These can include flame retardants and pesticides and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, which are formed through natural and man-made processes. Many of these chemicals can influence human health, but it's the amount of the chemical that determines the degree to which it influences our health. We measure the chemicals in the air to find out what is present and then how much is present. First, pick a location where you have permission to place a sampler. You need to be aware of several different factors when placing a sampler, but ultimately, keep the purpose of your study in mind. If you're concerned about industrial pollution from a nearby factory, you generally don't want to place the sampler next to areas where cars or trucks or equipment are idling, as the sampler will pick up the pollutants being emitted from the vehicles. We also consider other sources of combustion, such as homes or shops that use wood fires as a heat source, or homes that burn yard debris or trash in the yard. Choose a site that's appropriate for the question you're asking. For example, following the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, we were interested in seeing if chemicals from the oil in the water were going into the air. We placed air samplers on docks at public beaches above the water. We made sure that the samplers couldn't get wet during high tide, and we made sure that they wouldn't be sampling exhaust from nearby boats or marinas. When you're identifying locations, keep your own safety in mind. Place the sampler in an easily accessible location. Also, make sure you have permission to place the sampler there. The air sampler has 3 main pieces. This is the back of the air sampler. This is the part that can be attached to the post or fence or dock. The second piece is the front of the air sampler, which has little posts that will hold the sampling material in place. These first 2 pieces are what we call the cage. Their only job is to hold the sampling material and protect it from rain and debris. Take this front piece and lay it down flat. You can do this on the ground, on a truck bed, or even a picnic table. Wipe down the front and back pieces with a clean paper towel soaked in rubbing alcohol. This cleans off any dirt and debris on the cage. Put on gloves and remove the passive sampling material from the storage bag, 1 piece at a time. Thread the sampling material around the posts of the cage. Repeat this step until you've added all the strips of sampling material. Now, attach the front piece of the cage to the back piece. If you're hanging up more than 1 sampler, you need to change your gloves in between each one. Different studies will place the air sampler for different periods of time. Some studies may only need to place the sampler for a few weeks, others may leave it for over a month. At the end of the study, you'll need to return the sampler to the research team. Remove the front piece of the air sampler and lay it flat. Open the provided storage bag and then put on gloves. This specialized storage bag doesn't let air through. Once sealed, the sampling material can no longer sample air and is preserved for analysis. Working one at a time, remove each strip of sampling media, fold it up, and put it in the bag. Seal the bag using the plastic closures and fill out the label. You may want to label the bag before you place the samplers in the bag. It's easier to write on that way. Now, place the bag with the sampling material into the pre-addressed, pre-stamped envelope and mail it off. To learn more about the stationary air sampler or the personal wristband sampler and how they can be used, go to our website, eprep.oregonstate.edu.